to watch you guys grow the way you have over the past 5 years in increasing responsibilities within the club and taking over coaching teams with practices and games, something that the club had never done before. And now to join in a partnership with CT Rush, it gives me great pleasure to see how you guys have grown.
Hi, I'm Jeff Garofalo, and this is my childhood friend Scott Wright. We have accomplished a lot together, and it is our passion to spread the good word of sport, togetherness, and competition. We are so excited that you decided to join us today for another webcast of Coaches Talk Coaching.
Cheers and welcome to Coaches Talk Coaching. I am Scott Wright, and this is Jeff Garofalo, and our next guest has over 30 years of coaching experience. He's the head coach of the girls varsity soccer team at Brookfield High School, as well as the boys varsity tennis team. He's a board member at the Brookfield Soccer Club, and we are so excited to honor him today and all that he's done as a leader for Jeff and I and our hometown's soccer community. Please help us welcome the legendary Coach Rick Garofalo.
Woo! Thank you, guys.
Well, Coach G, you have, we have a long history together, and you have a great history in sports and in coaching. And I know that you were the captain of the University of New Haven, the tennis team there. And I know with all this background in sports, what made you want to become a coach?
It's a great question. Back when my three boys, Greg, Scott, and Jeff, were getting into sports, I witnessed one season of my oldest being coached by a guy who really had a hard time understanding coaching kids properly. And given my sports background in intramural soccer in college and on the tennis team, I decided to get involved. And that was back in 1992. And became my oldest, Gregory's U8 coach, and also joined the Brookfield Soccer Club as the U8 commissioner. And so it's been a long run. It's been almost just about 30 years of my involvement in coaching and on the board.
Thank you for bringing us there. So the spring season is just around the corner. And I know Brookfield Soccer Club is gearing up and accepting registrations now. Sign up if you can. How long have you been involved with the Brookfield Soccer Club?
Well, been involved just about 30 years, and for the last 20 plus years, I've been the director of referees and coaches at Fields. Director of referees and fields. And it's my pleasure to be a USSF referee for 27 years. I've also refereed high school soccer games for 3 years before becoming the girls varsity coach 3 years ago. So my involvement's been pretty vast and touched a lot of lives and really enjoying the ride and still enjoying the ride.
It's a fun one, especially when we can do it together.
Absolutely.
And you've had a heavy involvement in the fruition of Liberty, which is our club and our branch, and just helping us to establish a coaching philosophy. It definitely derives from you and the things that you have been able to teach us. And you've been a great support in helping this transition of our new partnership with Rush Soccer. Do you think you could talk a little bit about elaborate more on that?
Sure. It was somewhere around 5 years ago where, Scott, you had been coaching for Soccer Extreme and cut your teeth and learning all the ins and the outs. And you came to me looking for some guidance and mentorship on establishing your own business, Liberty Football Academy. And to watch you guys grow the way you have over the past 5 years in increasing responsibilities within the club and taking over coaching teams with practices and games, something that the club had never done before. And now to join in a partnership with CT Rush, it gives me great pleasure to see how you guys have grown. And it's amazing. And you guys have bright futures ahead of you, higher levels to achieve. And it's just been my pleasure to be a part of this ride. And as much as maybe I've helped you guys out, you have helped me out quite a bit, especially in the fact that you're my assistant coaches for the Brookfield for the Brookfield High School soccer team, girls. I couldn't do it without you two.
Well, we couldn't and wouldn't want to do it without you. You're such a valuable part of our makeup, and I just remember the times, of all the times that you've helped me, and I'm sure that there's many more times in our future that you'll continue to help me. So just
For sure.
thank you. So that's all I've got for my fire question or for my questions. Now we're on to Coach Jeff and his fire question rounds. Have some fun.
Thanks, Scott. Hi, Dad.
Hey, how you doing, Jeff?
Good. We miss you. We can't wait to see you. I hope you're enjoying Florida, and we send a big hug to you and Mom.
Thanks so much.
Let's get right into this. I had to get a little creative with my questions because, obviously, I know a lot. So I'm going to get right into it, all right? Here we go.
Sure.
As my dad had said, I have 2 brothers, so he has 3 sons. I have to ask Dad, the first question, who's the better soccer player out of the 3 brothers?
Well, I'm going to be a little politically correct in this answer, where I remember you 3 boys playing soccer in our backyard, and they were the most competitive games. All 3 of you are high-level competitors, as is Scott Wright, your partner. But I think all of you brought a high level of competitiveness, desire, and expertise in playing your game. I think Greg was more of a finesse soccer player. Scotty was more of a tough, bang the body type soccer player, aggressive. And I think you were a mix of both, technically very well and also a tough player. So all 3 of you brought a lot and did a lot for the Brookfield High School boys varsity soccer team, especially with you, Jeff, and Scott winning the state championship back in 07-08. It was awesome.
Awesome. Love that. Yeah, it sounds like I got the hardware then. I think that we know what that means.
You have definitely a case to make for yourself there. Absolutely.
Daddy's been coaching for over 30 years. That's incredible. Like that's such a long time. If you could guess how many games total you've coached in your career, how many would you say?
Well, I wish I kept a real accurate record of this, but I went back and looked, and I'd say I've coached over 250 games between club, high school, premier, all of that. And I'd say probably my record is about 165 wins, 45 losses, and about 40 ties, give or take.
That's amazing. 250 games. There's obviously something that kept pulling you back. And I just remember watching my brothers or watching you coach. I don't remember us losing very much. So I think your guess of the record is pretty spot on.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm pretty confident in that. We very rarely did we have a losing season. And along with the high school team, we turned that program around 3 years ago from being a losing record for 6 to 7 years, never making the SWCs of the States. The last 3 years, with the help of you and Scott Wright, we've had a winning record 3 years in a row. We've made it to the SWCs every year. We won a home state cup playoff game. Awesome for the girls, and looking forward to more good years with your involvement.
Fantastic. Dad, what would you say that your biggest challenge over your course of time as a coach? What was your biggest challenge?
That's a great question. I think there's two things. One is designing practices to keep the kids engaged, not running the same drills, keeping it fresh. And you guys have been a big help with that these past 3 years, especially with the girls' high school team. So keeping practices fresh, working up new drills. And then the other challenge is coaching games. You're involved in a game. It's moving the pieces around of the players in the right positions. halftime, trying to adjust to what the other team is potentially doing to us so that we're able to win the game. And both you and Scott are instrumental in that, along with the practices and in helping with coaching the games. Couldn't do this without you guys.
Awesome. Yeah, I know. Depending on what level you coach, there's you have to balance that winning mentality and also the development of the team. And if you can make those mesh perfectly, which I think what we've learned so much about you is that you were able to do that perfectly, and that's why I think you found so much success with all of your teams.
Thank you. And one last thing is to keep it fun, to keep it interesting for the kids. When it becomes work, then it's not enjoyable. So to keep it fun for the kids is most important. And I think the three of us, our coaching team, does a great job in that regards. And you can see that in the development of our players and in our record. So.
Yeah. Cool. Well, Dad, we know you're retired in the winters. You spend the winter in Florida. I'm so happy that you and Mom are able to do that. Did you wake up this morning and fish with the sunrise?
No, I slept in a little bit this morning. Very fortunate and blessed to be able to come to our place in Florida on the water and recharge my batteries so that when I come back in a couple more weeks, I'm fresh and I'm engaged. I'm ready to, take on the director of fields and referees for the club again, help out in the youth programs. And also it's springtime, so I'm coaching the boys varsity tennis team. That's what keeps me young. Working with you young guys is really such a blessing for me. I love it. And I hope I'm healthy enough to keep doing it for years to come.
Awesome. Well, Dad, it's an honor to follow in your footsteps of coaching. And I know Scott feels the same way. So we'll go off with this question. Knowing us three are working together and we're seeing the talent and the program build at Brookfield High School with the girls varsity team. Your prediction in the next 3 years, will Brookfield girls varsity have an SWC or a state finals championship?
Absolutely. We had 4 freshmen come in that were starters and big contributors, and building the nucleus around them, along with our all-state goalie, Maddie Genovese, I think we are going to be an absolute dynamo team. I look forward to winning records for the next 3 years with this group, and we have more talent coming in as freshmen this year and developing them along with you guys helping out. I foresee us winning the SWC and making a big run at the state championship, both this coming fall and in the next couple of years to come.
We love it.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Coach G. It's an honor and a pleasure to share this time with you. We wish you and all your coaching endeavors so much success. I'm sure that higher levels are in your future. From all of us at Coaches Talk Coaching, thank you for watching. Please share this video with a friend. Like, love, subscribe, and follow to help keep us growing. And see you soon at the next episode of Coaches Talk Coaching.
Take care, guys.